Upon the release of Shibarium and the thoughts of all Shiba Inu owners. The official Shiba Inu accounts on social media will undoubtedly attract a lot of attention. Someone among these perceptive viewers saw a deleted Shytoshi Twitter update. The fact that they managed to capture a screenshot of the tweet before its deletion is what we'll be discussing in today's video as we attempt to decipher the meaning of the tweet and its deletion. Stay for this one if you can. We need to go through a couple more updates and they're very exciting, before we can get into that. As an example, the buying pressure for shib has increased by an astounding 95% so far in March, and we've only just begun the month. According to Coinbase, 95% of shib investors are buying the token while only 5% are selling it. The vast majority of shib holders clearly anticipate a price pump and are prepared to patiently wait for it to occur, as this suggests. In their quest to understand why people are so optimistic, analysts have discovered that shib purchase sentiments were at a 98% level in 2022. Not long after this, whispers began circulating about the possible launch of shib. Apparently, investors are keeping their tokens and maybe even buying more instead of selling them, as the launch of shib is drawing near. When you take this into account, it sounds even more intriguing. Additionally, as per Watcher Guru, the average hold time for shib increased to 240 days in 2023 from 180 days in 2022. As a result, rather than selling their shib tokens for a quick profit, investors are keeping them for the long haul. With $174 million changing hands during the day, its 24-hour trading volume is also up roughly 16%. The Shiba Inu community is currently experiencing a period of great optimism. Now I want to know if you're one of those people that thinks Shibarium will be great or not. Having said that, Bone is another Shiba Inu coin that has been doing better recently, and many shib holders are quite committed to keeping their shib tokens. To be fair, Bone has an advantage in pumping due to the lower supply compared to shib. Even still, Bone's ascent to nearly $2 per token is remarkable. Additionally, it has taken flight thanks to the fact that it is Shibarium's native token. Additional motivation to buy Bone has been added with its designation as the native token for Shibarium. Additionally, in order to act as a delegator or validator on Shibarium, you will require a minimum of 10,000 Bone tokens. That's a lot of tokens to buy, and it would undoubtedly drive up the price of Bone. But that doesn't imply shib wouldn't gain something. Keep in mind that shib will be burned with every Shibarium transaction. In fact, the greatest method to make the price of shib go up is to reduce the supply of shib tokens. I think a lot of people that have shibs are aware of this. Like I indicated before, this is why a lot of people are choosing to keep their tokens. This group may have opted to keep their tokens since they have seen profits from others. More than 3 times as many SHIB holders are now profitable as were doing so at the beginning of 2023, according to crypto data compiler Into the Block. Although this may not appear significant to some, it accounts for approximately 35% of the total number of SHIB holders. However, we have come a long way since the beginning of the year. Also, this proves that Shiba Inus are still actively assisting humans in their pursuit of financial gain. You longtime readers know that the earlier rise of the year is responsible for the irrational surge in the number of SHIB holders who are profitable. Many people profited from the SHIB rally that occurred in the first 2 months of 2023, which saw a rally of about 50%. Therefore, it's clear that a large number of SHIB. The decision to hold was based on the expectation that Shibarium will launch with an even bigger splash when it ultimately does. Post a comment and forward this video to your friends if you think it's helpful. It has a positive effect on YouTube's algorithm, which in turn encourages me to consistently produce higher quality films. Moving on to the meat of this video's argument. To begin, I must say that it is quite intriguing because at this same moment it appears that Shibarium is the center of attention in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. There is little doubt that launch will cause quite a commotion. To get right to the point, Shytoshi's use of cryptic tweets is nothing new. However, what may be novel is that he promptly removed those mysterious tweets after posting them. The tweet wasn't deleted because a Shibami took a screenshot of it. It was purportedly posted in the morning on the first day of March, and the tweet simply said confirming to the maker. The tweet is silent on the subject of Shibarium. However, I believe a lot of people have simply presumed that it is related to the Shibarium launch. Even so, it fails to clarify Shytoshi's intended message in the tweet. No, here's my best effort at an explanation for you today. Shytoshi Kusama and the Unification Fund are building Shibarium. In late December, Kusama shared the news that he had met with fund developers to go over the next beta version of Shibarium, address any remaining issues and get it ready for distribution. It is highly probable that Kusama implied in the previously described bio status that he had contacted Unification Fund once more, maybe to resume the finalization process. That makes a lot of sense, but if Shytoshi was indeed attempting to tell us that he approached Unification Fund in his tweet, then another concern arises. He removed the tweet for what reason? So it seems like Shibarium might not be ready after all. Then why did he even bother to tweet about it? It's all here and I want to know your thoughts on it in the space provided. Although the meaning of the tweet remains unclear, there is one thing regarding Shytoshi about which we are certain. His Twitter account has finally been verified, so we know for sure which one it is. At least on Twitter, this blue checkmark might help us stay away from con artists pretending to be Shytoshi. That many individuals were thrilled by this new discovery is, however, not surprising. However, I feel obligated to point out that we must exercise caution. Keep in mind that the blue tick is now available to anybody who is ready to spend $8. People can still play the Shytoshi card game. In addition to the blue checkmark, we must observe the account's follower count. It is your responsibility to ensure your own safety. This is important. Last but not least, we've been discussing how hundreds of thousands of shib holders could profit from shib pumping. However, a number of experts have already calculated the potential profit for shib holders should the price of shib reach 1 cent. If shib were to reach 1 cent, an investor with a $3,000 NU investment today would reportedly have $2.5 million. As of right now, $3 million will get you approximately 250 million tokens. Plus you might be grinning from ear to ear with $2.5 million if you hang on to the tokens until shib reaches 1 cent. However, when will shib Inu reach 1 cent? I think it's safe to say that everyone here is aware that definitive proof is impossible. This is something that a lot of us are hoping will happen soon after Shibarium is launched. But this has nothing to do with money. Always conduct your own investigation before committing to a course of action. And finally, we must be careful not to set expectations that are too high. Shibarium would need a considerable amount of time to burn through the trillions of shib in circulation before the price would skyrocket. Keeping our expectations in check and making them more reasonable is thus crucial. We have reached the final segment of this video. Please hit the like button and drop a comment down below if you found the video entertaining. When it comes to the YouTube algorithm, this is a huge help. Further, we ask that you forward this video to everyone you know. It is time to spread the word. Have lost their minds. Let me explain. Preface this with a disclaimer. Yesterday we witnessed a 10% drop in the price of Shiba Inu, which is a substantial decrease for a cryptocurrency of this size. While a 10% drop might not be surprising for smaller, newer projects, it's a big deal for Shiba Inu, which boasts a market cap in the billions. Everything we thought about Shiba Inu before will appear insignificant compared to what you are going to find next. It is certainly important to pay attention to this kind of decline because it is rather substantial. However, what has transpired in reality? Well, the recent decline in Bitcoin is related to the decline in Shiba Inu. When Bitcoin's value drops, the whole market usually does as well. At this very moment that is taking place. Curiously, Shiba Inu has been quite the celebrity with every meme coin that has achieved market cap in the past several years. The deficit also